They should be on. There you have it.
I know. I'm so excited because here we are and here you are, and we're just going to have a great, fun little show tonight. We have something very exciting to talk about with you tonight. I'm so excited, and I think everybody is. We've been working hard on it all week. I should say the boys have been working hard on it all week.
Well, the boys are here.
The boys are back in town. Yeah,
Go on
Kyle
camera
and
5.
Ryan. And Seth is here, but Kyle and Ryan flew in and
See, there they are.
you know, say hi. There's Ryan. There's Seth. Do we have a Kyle cam?
No.
Oh man, he's there. He's
BTS,
manning the cameras. Which
BTS,
is
behind the scenes for Kyle.
BTS, behind the scenes. So we're gonna have a great time. And tomorrow, we haven't really done anything since they've been here because we've been busy getting all this together.
What do you mean we haven't done anything?
No, I mean, like, we haven't done touristy stuff, which we always like to do when the boys come to town.
Oh, we love it.
Well,
Boy,
you don't,
do
but
love
I
it.
do, because I love Vegas and I love all that it
Well, I
has
love
to
Vegas,
offer.
but I don't have to love all the
You don't want to go play.
another magic show.
But we're going to do some fun things tomorrow and Monday. And then I leave Tuesday to go back to Pennsylvania with the boys to do the show. And I want to just say, wow, I'm going to figure out what to do for all of you who have bought and donated tickets to the show on the 26th, because we are so happy about this. It was a wonderful idea Ryan came up with, and as it turns out, we just had some incredible donations. Thank yous to all of you. Jen Kaiser today just blew my mind. Barbara Hammond. Thank you so much, everybody, but I'm going to figure out what to do to thank each and every one of you who did this. So I'll just say real quick, on April 26th, which is 1 week from tonight. Do you believe that, guys? 1 week from tonight, as Ryan and Kyle will be with me. We will be having our show in Annville, Pennsylvania, the Comedy Hypnosis Show, and it's a little
But you know what we're
reading.
going to do? We're going to set it up so we're streaming from there, because when your show ends is when this show starts.
Oh.
So we'll stream from there, and I'll have you on as a Zoom guest.
Well, what do you mean? Because you mean so we have to stay in the theater for...
A little while, but I'll have Greg on as a guest, because we're going to be talking about... So Greg Giuffria is a friend of mine who I wrote recently a song about Carrie, and Henry Catrono also worked on it. And we're going to be previewing that song tonight.
Yes, we are. In fact, we're going to preview a lot of stuff tonight.
A lot of stuff.
Because we haven't made an announcement yet, but we're going to. I'm just about to jump out
But
of my
this in
skin.
particular
Yeah.
is probably one of the more important things that we've ever previewed, because it's an original piece
This
of art.
song is so beautiful.
So it's a song that was written as a tribute piece to my mother and sister, and it uses some of the lyrics that Carrie and I wrote back when we were in our 20s or even teens, and the music was written by Greg, and Dean Castronova from Journey does the lead vocals.
He's incredible.
It's an incredible little song. And so I know there's a lot of Carrie and Debbie fans out there, so we're going to preview that song a little bit tonight. But this song is going to start to become available on our Patreon site. So what we're going to start doing from now on is because everybody always we run something on the show. We run a few minutes of something on the show, and then we take it down and you never can find it again, or you've got to run the whole show to get to it. So we're going to start having archives, all the archives available on Patreon. And so people can become members of that, and then whatever they want to watch or see within reason is going to be there. Eventually there'll be hundreds of things posted there.
I am looking for YouTube right now so I can see who is here.
Oh, well, that's another matter. So, Ryan, would you like me to try to explain this
Yes.
the Patreon thing?
So wait, well, let me get
No.
this up so I can see it. Oh,
Okay,
let's
he
preview
wants
May
me to.
4th.
Okay, so next week is May the 4th. Be with you, and we're going to play the whole song probably through that. But we also have some very, very original behind-the-scenes films shot with Carrie and George Lucas and others. That'll also be part of that show. So we're going to have a special May the 4th show next week. That's not next week, the week after, 2 weeks. So next week will be live from Pennsylvania and here. And then the following week we're back here, and it will be May the 4th be with you.
Right.
That's the game plan. So, and that will be...
That's going to be a fun show.
But so now I've covered this. Okay, more to say.
Oh, well, before, a lot of people are already donating to our YouTube page, so I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who's doing that. There's a lot of donations pouring in.
Thank you so much.
Well,
we
and
appreciate
again,
that.
so we're establishing this new archive channel, and it's a member-only archive channel. And so most of you have donated way more than any of this would ever be. So keep that in mind for a minute. Also, tonight on our giveaways, we're going to be giving memberships to the Patreon page as the wheel prizes.
As the wheel prizes,
and
right.
the super wheel prize will be a 6-month high-level subscription to the archives. Now, the way this thing is going to work basically is that a lot of you maybe only want to watch a few minutes of something, but the hardcore people, like the Frank Ferruccios of the world, and people like me, we want to watch the whole thing, perhaps even the unedited thing. So in this case, we're going to have, many cases, the full unedited shows and behind-the-scenes home movies, and we're even going to have a channel for our travels, Todd and Kat Travels. So we'll have an archive of Todd and Kat Travels, but this new tour that Kat's going to go on this summer, we're going to stream that thing.
We're going to have a lot of fun because you will be with me, which I am so excited about because usually I go out on the road and you're not with me. But this year you will be with me for much of it. At least you'll be there for Ohio, West Virginia, and Vermont. You're going to be out on the road for a long time,
Well, I may go back and forth. We'll see.
Okay.
But the bottom line, though, is that trip...
we will be taping...
We'll be sharing it with you
Oh,
guys.
you know what? We're going to do a poll. Do you want to do the first one now?
The poll, we need to know. The May the 4th poll.
Oh, okay, we'll do that. So we'll do the polls later. But I have always wanted to do something, and since we're going to be going on the road together this year, he's coming out, and we have the motorhome with us. We're going to be driving across the country because of where all the places I'm performing. Well, we're probably going to make some stops along the way, too, so that'll be fun, and we'll talk about that later because that has something to do with you, of course. But for those of you who don't know what a Patreon page is, I think that it would be great to explain that because not everybody does know that.
So you've got the page up right now. Mm-hmm. So you could go to the Apple TV, and then you could give the mic to either Ryan or Seth, and they could explain what the heck is going on here.
I'll go ahead and explain it. So now I want to make sure, is my audio going through? Because someone commented they couldn't.
Is the
hear my
mic up?
audio. It is on.
All right, so he's
So I
checking
just
your
wanna make
audio
sure that
out.
My audio is okay.
Oh, it's so good to see everybody in here tonight.
He's just got a
Dive
fourth
into this.
fader up
Yeah.
over there. It just may not be.
I'm so excited
Abyss
about
of
this.
archivalness.
Yes, Karen Lee, happy Easter. He has risen indeed. Tomorrow is Easter. I'm really looking forward to that. It's actually my favorite holiday.
Okay, they're saying the audio is good. I
Okay.
just wanted to make sure.
Then take it away, Seth.
Okay, so we're going to go. Hi, hello, America. My name is Kathy Lee Gifford. We are going to pull up there we go. We're going to pull up our YouTube page, and we're going to show you how to access our Patreon page where you can like and subscribe for a monthly membership to have access to our archives as we unload them and unearth them on the Patreon. So the first thing you'll do is if you go to Kat and Todd Live YouTube channel, you can click that little link right there that says patreon.com/Kat and Todd Live. And that is going to take you to this page that says Behind the Stage Doors, which is what we're calling our Patreon page, which is essentially a deeper dive into our archives. So you can join if you click log in at the top right corner, I believe. Yeah, you can log in or sign up right there. So what you're going to want to do is enter your email into that area. And we won't bore you with all that stuff tonight. You'll just enter your email and it'll send you a code, which will then help you set up your password. And then it should take you back to the page, which will be this page right here, Behind the Stage Door. Now, we have 2 memberships we're offering you guys, which is really fun here. We have our Good Morning membership, which is $3.99 a month, and our May the Force Be With You membership, which is $9.99 a month. Now, the difference between these two, really, is that the $9.99 a month membership will offer you a greater exploration of what we're offering and potentially longer clips. So what we're doing in the Good Morning tier is we might have, like, let's say a 3 or 5 minute clip of a performance or something like that, where the $9.99 you'll get an even longer clip of that particular performance, and then so on and so forth. And then what's really cool is we're also offering paid per view memberships, which is really when you're going to pay one price for a specific thing. So if you click that shop icon right there that Ryan's going to click into, for the first time ever tonight, we are releasing Debbie's live show with Donald O'Connor in 1987. That was recorded by Todd and his crew at Harrah's Hotel in Reno on New Year's Eve. And it is the whole hour-and-a-half show. You get Debbie and Donald for an hour and a half for $9.99, which I think is, you can't see a show in Vegas for that price nowadays, mine included.
Well,
So
so what's kind of cool about this, we have a lot of performance videos of my mother, and some of the newer ones are even higher quality. But this was sort of the first really high quality filming we ever did of her show. So it's for the day, you know, it's a very high quality recording, and the sound was recorded by a separate recording truck that I had, and so we have unbelievably good multi-track recording on the sound. So this is Donald and my mom's show that they choreographed together, and it's so much fun because the two of them, you know, do a lot of the Singing the Rain shenanigans, but they also do beautiful sort of Fred and Ginger kind of dance numbers, even a tap off. So it's a cool show. Now, the reason why we're doing this is because there are some people, now we'll offer some short snippets of that show
Tonight.
in your membership without having to pay for that whole fee. You know, and so Ryan's going to demonstrate how that might work. But for those of you that want to see the entire show, from literally walking in, we have a Steadicam shot from the street, and it comes in to the showroom, and it sits down, and the show starts. So it's literally an experience to see Debbie, and we're going to have a lot more of that kind of stuff. But in addition to these kinds of things being available, back to the memberships for a minute. I mean, do we have an example of something on the? Go ahead.
I think we should. What I'd like to do is maybe go through what's in each.
Talk in the microphone.
Are you ready for me?
Yes.
We'll talk in the
Let's let
microphone.
Ryan, yes, absolutely.
We are always ready for
Hello.
you.
I'm not used to this, so bear with me.
He's on the camera all the time.
I am. Okay, so it was a great overview. Now, maybe if you look at the nitty-gritty, this is where it gets fun and exciting. So in Tier 1, $3.99 a month, you will see on the screen exactly what you're getting. So we will have a minimum of 3 short edited videos each month. You know, it could be behind-the-scene footage. Believe me, I've seen what he has. There is a wide variety. You can't even imagine the variety of different videos that you will be getting. So there will be a minimum of 3 of those. And we've actually front-loaded this tier for tonight because it's the launch. We wanted it to be fun. We wanted to give you plenty to look at, so you will have more than 3. I wanted to mention that these are only going to be available to you for a month. 1 month in that tier, and then everything moves to our archives. So if you belong to Tier 2, you will have access to anything and everything that we post on Patreon. So that's kind of your incentive to, get as much as you can. So that is the $3.99 tier. So you'll get a few videos, and you will be able to watch those when you'd like. Now, the Tier 2, which is $9.99 a month, you will have access to everything. So you'll have everything that's in Tier 1 plus what's in Tier 2. Hence, may the Force be with you. You will have plenty to see. These will be a minimum of 3 rare, Todd wanted me to say, unfiltered.
Yeah, for sure. Well, yeah, so the other problem, I won't call it a problem, but issue with on the YouTube channels, is you can't drop the F-bomb. So even Carrie, who does that quite often, we have to edit her or filter her. So on this site, there are no rating systems. So you get the unrated, unfiltered versions of a lot of these things. That doesn't apply in every video, but there are plenty of Carrie off the rails videos to share with you over the years. So this is something though that's going to be very, I promise you it's going to be really, really worth it. There is a lot of stuff that my mother saved, that I shot, that Carrie shot, and eventually this will all be available, in the archive components. In addition to that, there's a show that we shot, and we've talked about this show, even shown segments of it, which was Monday at the Movies at the hotel. And we shot that as a series at the hotel. And so the entire series is going to be available for the Tier 2 people. And this is going to be the long version of that as well. These are 30 minutes to an hour long. Debbie interviewing, for example, the one we're going to be putting up for you straight away is this one, right? It's up right now. So this is going to be the Eva Gabor being interviewed by my mom, and the two of them are like sisters. I mean, they are such kindred spirits. I mean, it's so fun to watch them, and it was so much fun when they were together because they just were like sisters. I don't know any other celebrity that had a connection with her quite to this level. I mean, she was friends with a lot of people, but she and Eva they were fun and playful, and it was very cute together. So this was such a fun little live show.
I think that Monday at the Movies during the hotel days, that is something I would have loved to have done, to being able to go to, because you would show a movie, have the celebrity that was in the movie, and then they do a Q&A after.
Correct.
I mean, what?
And this is before Comic-Con and a lot of these things were as big as they were. So this was a chance to meet and get an autograph, and ask a question. Now, you're going to see in the show on the level 2 in particular, you'll see all the questions. Now, we've made some determinations for the level 1 folks that we've highlighted the better ones, or some that we think are, fine for some people. I understand that we live in a world today of the 3-minute, 2-minute attention span.
Yes.
But for me, I want to watch the whole thing of some of these things. Another great example of something that would be in the level 2 is I have some home movies that I shot, for an example, and I assume we're going to run a little bit of this tonight, of the Paul Allen birthday party when he rented the Crystal Harmony cruise ship for his birthday. And you'll see George Lucas and my sister, and you'll see Francis Ford Coppola and Candice Bergen and Jeff Goldblum and Robin Williams. And it's all behind the scenes, handheld, and it's wild. I mean, Carrie's completely off the rails, and it's just such a very unusual environment. I doubt there's anything like this anywhere that I've ever seen. And so that's one of the things we're launching with. And can we run are we ready to run?
I would finish going through this and then we can start playing.
All right, so we're going to make you wait a second, and he's going to finish explaining things. But I gave you a little teaser of what we're going to put up there, but we're going to run some of this tonight for you.
Yeah.
So,
To show
back
you,
to Ryan.
for example.
We are just so excited about this that we just don't know what to do with ourselves, right? So if going back to this, as Todd said, we'll have some full-length videos, and then if you're looking at what else you can get on here, we have a chat. So you have access to a chat with other members, which is great in this age of social media. So right up here in chat, you would be able to, I have to join here. I'll
chat,
show you.
or is it live, or is it?
I have to
leave
pull
comments?
up. I'll pull up the other page for folks to take a look at in a moment. I just wanted them to see this list here. But you can chat with people. We'll have some polls. We have a discount code. So any of you who shop on Debbie Reynolds Studio Store, we have a discount code this month. It will change every month. You will see what that is in the chat, what the code is in the chat. But if you take a look at our studio store, if you haven't been there or haven't been there lately, I would say we have some great featured items on here right now.
Oh, those are items for tonight, kind of featured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you join tonight and get that 20% off code, what you're looking at here, which is already on sale, you would earn 20% off of what's listed here. And we have a signed, oversized poster that Debbie signed to Donald O'Connor. Great piece. And also, I don't know, Todd, if you wanted to mention anything about this award plaque.
Well, I'm pulling that. I've decided. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, okay.
That's a joke. I'm
Okay,
joking.
all
No,
right.
so, well, I mean, look, these plaques, I don't know how my mother ended up with these little plaques, but I just thought this was so cool. The Southern California Motion Picture Council, came up with the plaque for Eva, and it's a pretty cool situation. So that fixes that for you, Kyle. I fixed it just because I know that threw you into feedback. It's rare to find something that Debbie had that she got from Eva somehow. Not even sure how, to be honest with you, because I don't remember there being an auction like this. But at any rate, we do have some cool Eva stuff in our permanent collection, but this is one piece I'm willing to share. Now, we're sharing it and putting it up for sale, kind of featuring it, because we're going to be making available on the Patreon site, and we're going to be running clips tonight, from the Monday at the Movies thing that I was talking about. So
Is that the actual poster?
this was signed by her. I'm not selling this,
no.
but because I only have one. But this was signed by her for the Monday at the Movies event. And sometimes we had extras, and you will occasionally, there will be some examples. For example, next week we're going to release the Debbie Monday at the Movies Unsinkable Molly Brown, and I actually had a couple of these. So we're going to be actually featuring that and selling that one. And there aren't any, and so those posters were created and they went in the little shadow box outside the main theater for the Monday at the Movies event, just like a Monday movie thing Kat was mentioning, how cool it would have been to do that. Believe it or not, Monday matinee sold out the showroom every week.
Oh, I believe it. I believe it. Because the locals here would have loved to have gone to see that. First of all, it was very affordable. They got to meet and see the star of the film. I mean, I would do that every Monday if it was here.
Well, I mean, the thing is, when we did this, there were a lot of people alive.
Yes.
Now it's getting harder and harder, and also they're older and older. But these people were, in their 50s and 60s. It was doable. It's very, very difficult now. So in a way, this capturing of these shows that will be available on the Patreon site is maybe the last time you're going to see these people in this, most of these people, if all, not all.
Well, Eva passed away about 2 years. Eva passed away about 2 years.
No,
after
I know,
that.
but I'm saying I think everybody's gone on the whole list.
Yeah.
So all of these Monday at the Movies screenings that we're going to be posting, they're all gone. So it's one of my favorite ones is Jane Russell with my mom, because they were playful together also. And there's a whole spiel in there about
Did
Howard
you tape
Hughes.
all those?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so we have those.
They're all part of this trend. This is all part of
see?
the
I think I have
Patreon
to
deal.
join because I want to see that.
We'll get you a discount code. Do you
Okay.
have a code for her?
I do, and it's important to note at this moment, because people might be getting excited and thinking, oh, I got to log in and join. We have discovered, and we put a disclaimer on here, that if you pay through the app, the Apple app, they will, Apple, not us, Apple will assess a 30% fee, a surcharge.
Yeah.
So I would recommend that you don't pay for it through the app. Go on your computer and do it. Go on your phone and just go to a regular website and do it. But we have found that just going through the app, because it's a little more convenient, we aren't sure why. We know it's a thing.
It's I looked it up. When we found out about this, we were annoyed. But I've looked into it further, and there are many examples where Apple puts this 30% charge on if you subscribe through the app on the phone or on the device. So as Ryan points out, all you have to do is go directly through a browser, whether it be on your phone or your iPad or
And what do they go to?
you go to the same Patreon site, but through a browser, and then you're not going to pay the surcharge. Now, somebody may want to pay the surcharge, but I can't imagine what the upside.
I don't
And
know
by the
why.
way, it's going to be there every month too. So for the rest of your life, you're going to be paying Apple for that privilege.
Well,
I'm not sure
they
I
don't have to
understand.
belong. When you belong, you can quit at any point you want
But
to.
none of our people are going to leave, because this is such a cool I mean, this is the people that are watching this show after all these years, are really major fans of my mother and sister and you and me, just whatever you want to call it, the family. We're a family. So this is all the family's home movies, literally and figuratively, and all of the other things. So we're going to be also, well, you might as well finish. You were going to say the other.
I think we're at the point now where we can show you before we actually roll out
But
some
would you
teasers.
give them the website URL?
The website link is actually, we've made it so easy for you. It's right now you're watching us on YouTube. It's staring at you in the face. It's in the bio. All you have to do is click on it.
Okay.
There is nothing more. It is
But even if you
easy.
didn't see that, you could just go to patreon.com, I assume.
Yeah, and type in Cat and Todd, and
Yeah.
it will come up.
And that way you don't have to pay the Apple surcharge.
And Kyle said he just pinned it to the chat.
Okay,
So there you
Kyle
go.
pinned it to the chat. Kyle's on camera tonight.
But now for the fun stuff.
Okay,
We're going to
let's
start
do
showing
it.
some of the stuff that's available.
Yes. If you, and I'm showing you because I'm now in the member side of things. I was showing you something before as someone who's joining. But once you're in and you click on the collections, this is where you would see your content as we post it. So right now we have given you in the tier 1, and that's what I'll just open here first. What do we have there? We have 6 videos waiting for you. And you can see what they are. Now, some of these you may have seen before on the show at some point, but we've put them in here because it's easy and it
Well,
is
play that
accessible.
Donald and Debbie one in the upper right. Oh, okay, sorry.
Okay. Do you want to play it now?
Yeah, go ahead,
Let's
Brian.
do it.
I mean, Seth, who are we talking to here? That'll wake you up.
Good evening, good evening. We're thrilled to be with you. Good evening to you. Good evening. It's great to stay up late. Good evening and welcome to you. We're finally back here side by side. Why did we wait so long? How great it feels to kick our heels and sing this happy song. Well, hello and good evening. We're glad you came here too this evening. Good evening to you.
And Donald,
Yes, dear.
tell me honestly.
What's that?
Do you think I've changed?
Debbie, you look better now than singing in the rain.
Oh,
Oh,
flatterer.
I swear every word is true.
Thank you.
And good evening to you. Debbie, dear, you were my pal back on the movie lot.
You taught me everything I know, and look how far I got.
We'll sing and dance just like the days at good old MGM. If we could just remember how we did it way back then. Oh, well, hello and good evening. We got catching up to do this evening. Good evening.
Buenas noches.
Buenas noches.
Buenas noches.
Buenas noches.
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir. That means good evening to you.
Oh my gosh, are they cute?
They are.
Oh my gosh. You know, I have never seen this footage, so I get so excited just thinking about getting to see that whole show. They're like one person.
Oh, no, so they were friends for so long that now you're back into sort of like a brother-sister thing. I mean, even though Donald was slightly older, it's just still, they were tight friends. And I think, kindred spirits again, because of the things that they did together and the things that they did together here. Where do you see them dance? Some of these numbers is off the charts. So what exactly? So you get this sort of a few minutes on the first tier. Now, like I was about to say before I interrupted myself, the idea that people have limited attention spans. There is an audience that doesn't really care about watching the full hour.
I don't think it's our
Not our crew.
It's not our generation.
Right,
I
so-
think that the younger generations don't have it because of this basically, and it's instant gratification and all that. But I think anybody 40 plus enjoys actually watching a longer interview, a longer clip, you know, especially something that's this entertaining.
Well, yeah, and that's the other thing is, you know, what are you watching, right? So part of the game here is what exactly am I seeing and how good are the people and how entertaining are the people? And these are the best of the best. So that's one example of one kind of a show that would be available in clips. But then that same show, as we mentioned, you could get it in the level 2 up with more content, but then you could go all the way and just watch the whole show if you want to watch the whole show. So that's how we're handling those live kind of shows. But take the Monday at the Movies thing that we've been discussing all along. You know, that is not going to be a separate thing. That's available in Tier 1 or Tier 2 in its entirety at Tier 2. Am I right?
So let me go to Tier 2 if you want to show them.
I
You
would
saw
love
that
to.
in Tier 1 they were all 4, 5, 6 minutes long, as Kat mentioned to you. Very short. But Tier 2, you can see with the 3 examples that we have here, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, another 21 minutes. So you're dealing with content that's much, much greater.
Well, let's get ready with the volume and let's go ahead with the Debbie and Eva and we'll just stop it after a couple of minutes, but I think you'll get the idea how cute they are together, but also how much fun it'd be to watch this whole thing. Many of you are going to want to hear every story. Go.
She's advising me.
Absolutely.
My name is Linda Raphael, and I just want to know, what did you enjoy doing better, movies or television?
It just depends on the part. It really makes not much difference. Television, in a way, is better because you don't have to sit around for hours, but they light up and everything, you know, the set and things. In Green Acres, I worked all day, every day, in every scene.
Mm-hmm.
So Eddie and I used to rehearse on the way to the set, and then we got there and we said, well, let's shoot it, and off we went. The day goes much faster, and it's much
But it's a very long day, television.
I got up at 4:30 every morning, and I used to, in those days, I had a rooster and 8 chickens. And the rooster didn't even wake up when I went into to the studio. And one night I came home and this poor rooster was so tired. 8 of the women exhausted him. So they were Rhode Island, they were very cute. So I went and bought another rooster. And what I didn't know, it's just like with us people. A man will be only the one man. He can have 8 women, but he cannot have another man. They got into a big fight, and I gave up the chickens and the rooster.
But she kept the pig.
Oh, boy.
Hi, my name is Lynn Shard, and I live here in Las Vegas, Nevada. How many movies have you appeared in?
Gosh, I don't know. Not as many as Debbie, that's for sure. Quite a few. Quite a few. I got to count it up. I really don't know. But I know that I've done thousands of television shows.
You're just
There isn't
beautiful,
a one
as you've
I
always
did.
been.
Boy, I'm trying. It ain't easy. The upkeep will kill you.
It's very hard to do television. You know, I thought of doing a series, and then I said, I don't want to devote myself that much to it. You know, I don't know how you could do that.
Well, I lost a husband in the run, but it took 6 years of every day. But I adored it. I loved the character. I loved Eddie. Eddie and his wife Margot were my first friends in America. And the crew was incredible, and it was like going home. I just had a glorious, glorious time. I really almost got a nervous breakdown when it was over. That's a pretty dress on
It would
you.
be like losing a family.
Thank
wouldn't
you.
it?
It is.
Hello, pretty girl.
Oh, my name is Betty Chase, and I love the Green Acres, one of my favorite shows.
Thank you.
But I'd like to know who your most favorite leading man was.
I am so fickle. I really am, you know, because whomever I work with, I adore. But Eddie, of course, I loved, because I worked with him for 6 years straight. But Noel Coward, I don't know if you know who he is.
Yes, I do.
But Noel and I did a play on Broadway, and it was a joy. It was the most incredible experience because he was so brilliant. And then we traveled to San Francisco together in Hollywood, and we all called him the master because he wrote the plays, he performed, he wrote music and sang.
Yeah.
And the master was never nervous. I remember opening night on Broadway. I went in a taxi to the theater, and I saw a bag lady, and I said, "Oh, please, Lord, couldn't I just change places with her? I'm so scared." And I walked in, and there was the master putting nail polish on. So I said, "Master, I can't even see my nails. How can you put nail polish on?" He said, "My dear, if they would be half as smart as me, they would be up here, not I." So he never was nervous. They arrived to Hollywood, and every big star was out front because Noel was, one person in the world. And I looked out from the wings, and I saw him taking out his handkerchief and mopping his forehead. And that was the only time in my life I wasn't nervous, because I was so angry that they did this to this fabulous man. But it wasn't successful, or it was very successful.
That's good, Ryan. Okay, so there you have a little
Part
feel.
of a Monday at the movies.
That's what it was like to go to Monday at the movies.
Oh.
But instead, it's Saturday night at the movies here in Vegas. But this could be any night at your house if you have this stuff available to you. Now, I was trying to compare this to the way other pay-per-view sites work. And, there really isn't any comparison, because there's really nothing like this, like old Hollywood stuff or old, home movies and about someone you care
and
about.
things people have never seen. A lot of the things
Well,
that
I think
are not
with that,
available.
shouldn't we show the cruise ship, a snip of that?
I think we were holding that from before.
Well, no, we should give them, no, we give them, no. We give them it's in I put it in the Patreon folder. You can work on that while we're doing, no, see, all I'm talking about is just to show the front of it so they understand. Or the song. Well, the song is available. We've checked that. So we can do the song when we're ready. The song is going to be different, because the way the song works is because it has other, call it rights with it, publishing rights and things. So that is going to be a pay-per-view to listen to the song, but only to the members of this. So it's kind of a double win. But the key there is that, we have to pay music, and there's people involved in this production. So there are royalties and such that go out as part of this. So, but this is a unique thing. So do you want to try? Did you see what I was saying there, Seth?
I don't see it. What is it under in the folder?
Well, let me think about that. We mastered it, I know that. Or maybe we saved it. No, I thought I exported it. Doesn't matter.
I think I have it here. I can play it.
Okay, go Apple TV then.
Hold on here.
It is so fun to have you guys in the studio.
It's great fun. And I will say, while I'm looking for this, I apologize. I had so many things to show you that I apologize for this. But Barb Kevern said that I am to tell everyone how easy it is to join this page. She said she has trouble seeing. Her eyesight's not that great. So if she can do it, anyone can do it.
That's what she said.
That is what she just messaged me.
We love Barb.
Well, it's actually made for people like Barb in many ways. That this is with these people in mind in particular. So the people that really love the Debbie and Carrie stories. Now, obviously, a lot of these stories, many cases, there's silent films here, and I'll narrate them. Another cool thing that we're going to do is we're going to actually watch movies together. And you and I are going to watch the movie with them.
Yeah.
While the movie, go to the two-shot for a second. Or I can do it. It's all right, he's busy. I'll go to it. So, for example, we would watch a movie and talk through a movie and allow you to...
What was going on during that.
Well, I did this to Kat the other day.
We watched The Unsinkable Molly Brown the other day, and he...
talked through the whole movie.
through the whole movie. But I've seen it so many times, I didn't mind, because it's my favorite musical that Debbie did. And so he was narrating throughout the whole movie for me, and I thought, this is cool, because I got to learn a lot about what was going on and all kinds of things throughout that film. And it was just really interesting.
So that's going to be another feature for the upscale, the level 2 tier. We're going to have some of those events, not just Debbie movies, by the way.
No, movies.
I might even decide to start picking movies that I think people should be watching that I might have stories with.
Yeah.
Okay, without further ado, Ryan has located our the home footage that I shot. It's going to be up on this monitor. Go ahead and start it. So this is us on a Paul Allen birthday.
This is the Carry On.
Oh, we're doing Carry On.
Oh, I have that on there.
No, I did get it on there. So you could play it. Go ahead, Seth. You could play Carry On. All right. So so I set that all up for nothing. Okay. So the Carry On song. I do have to set this up properly. So the Carry On song is designed to be a tribute to Carrie and my mom. So the first verse is about my mother, and it kind of describes her mother. But what's fun about it is that the words were actually written literally like 40 years ago by Carrie and myself. We were writing some songs for a little movie we were making called You're You. And these were kind of the outtakes, and I found all the notes and stuff that we had been working on. And so I actually took a lot of the words from there. Now, the chorus that comes behind it is dreaming, dreaming of you. And so we all, you've heard me talk about my mom and Carrie visiting me in my dreams. And so that became what inspired those words. And then you'll hear me always start the verse with my girls. For those of you that have my book, you'll know why I did that. But I didn't even know I was using the word my girls until the HarperCollins people pointed out to me. And they said, you keep referring to your mother and sister as my girls. So that's in here. And I'm only going to take it up to sort of maybe the Carrie's verse, because the second verse is about Carrie. But Carrie wrote about herself a lot, as you know. And so one of the things in here is my girl of many faces, meaning Carrie had personalities. Mm-hmm. Roy and Pam, we've talked about that. But she swallowed a lunar pie, which is code for dropping acid. So I thought I would do like what the Rolling Stones did, and I would have, instead of Mother's Little Helper talking about Valium, I would talk about Carrie dropping acid, which she liked to do. I never got into it, but what can I tell you? Anyway, we're not going to take you through the whole song, but where the song gets very interesting is in the bridge, because you're not going to
get to the
no,
bridge
but I'm going to
today.
tell you what's
Yeah.
there, because this is a teaser. The bridge is actually voice messages woven into the song. The last voice messages my sister and mother left for me.
On your
So that's-
voicemail.
yeah.
I saved your mom's voicemails on my phone too.
Yeah, I mean, I have them, but I didn't know I was going to put them in a song. Anyway, you won't hear that tonight, because we're gonna do the whole song on May the 4th. But tonight we'll play you so the first verse, the chorus, and the second verse.
Just point at me when you're ready for me to stop.
Here we go. And there's pictures to go with this, by the way. We're overdrive. Just wait.
Swallow
Aha! Now, see, no one thinks that I know how to tease something. That is a preview.
Oh, I think I know how you tease
No, you know.
something. I think I
Yes.
know a thing or two about that.
Well, I joke around a lot, obviously. But that was obviously intended, to be, in fact, nobody really wanted me to run any of that, but I really wanted to make sure that we had, a good feel for that so you'd know what was coming up. Follow?
Holla.
Follow up? Okay, so I'm putting the playback up here because there's, because we're not on Apple TV anymore. Okay, so I want to hear what you guys thought about like that first little thing there. Did you like what we were saying? She sparkles in the spotlight. She sings, she dances into the night.
I do. I love this song. And gosh, his voice is incredible.
So that's Dean Castronova.
He's the drummer for
Okay.
Journey. He's incredible.
Well, so I would like to hear.
I have some comments for you if you're ready.
Sure.
A lot of people are really loving the song. They are saying they really think it's a wonderful tribute to your mom and sister. Just to recap for some folks, where will we be streaming the song?
So this is on the Patreon site also. This is going to be a simple pay per listen, or you pay to just like an Apple TV thing, except you're not going to pay, all those extra fees, and neither do we, by the way. So hopefully we'll have a big enough audience to justify all this. But this was a big project. This you can hear the production value. You have massive. In this song, there's 80-something tracks of recordings, live drums, live bass, live guitars. Henry Catrona and I do the background vocals, which is amusing. But anyway, you're going to have some fun when we get that up. And so we're going to preview. We're teasing it today, but for the May the 4th, we'll do the whole song.
Yeah.
And then from there on out, you can listen to it on the Patreon site. Now, I won't release it on the Patreon site until May the 4th.
Right.
So we're going to wait. Also, we're going to bring Greg on the show. We're going to talk about how we did it. And there'll be some behind-the-scenes footage of how the thing was recorded and all of that. Check?
Check. And it's Diane Vasquez just said it's very Journey-esque. And
Right. So there's a reason for that.
Yeah, well, because Dean Castronova is the drummer for Journey, but he also, after Steve Perry left the band, he would fill in. And if you go to,
No, he still does.
Yeah, and when you go to, if you go to YouTube and look him up, you will see him singing lots of songs with Journey because his voice is so similar. But
I
it was
think
a thrill. We recorded that here in the next studio over. And it was a thrill, really, to watch and listen. The whole album is incredible, but, and he is amazing.
Well, he does Steve Perry better than Steve Perry.
I know.
And we'll see how this goes. We do have other songs that we recorded, but not all about Debbie and Carrie,
No.
obviously. So there are some other really cool songs that, if you like it, you'll feed us back, and so we'll decide how much more we can share about all this.
Yeah.
All
There's
right.
some beautiful, like, wedding song ballads on this album, too, which I love. I love this guy's voice, and he's so nice. I mean, he was a great person to work with. Really great. So that's
No, that's not it.
What?
What else you got?
Oh, but there's more.
There's never an end to the fun.
There's a never-ending files of things. Well, no, because for those of you who don't know, we've decided we're going to install Ring cameras throughout the house, so you can just watch all of us. No.
Oh, my God. Can you imagine?
No.
That
We
would be
actually
more than $9.99 a month.
Well, in honor, since you guys are going to be taking technically a little bit of your show on the road this summer while they go on the road for Cat's Tour, we actually have some footage from 2011 when you were both on your pre-honeymoon.
Oh, when we took our first big trip together.
Right, so this is when I talked her into going RVing with me.
Yes.
Which initially I said the word camping or something, and she said, "Oh, I don't do camping." And I said, "Well, I mean, it's not exactly camping. Let me show you the RV." And then you saw the inside of the RV, and we're like,
Well, here's the thing.
maybe I could
I
handle
don't
it.
you could, because that sounded harsh.
It's not harsh.
But here's how I look at it. When you meet somebody, I think at any age, but especially when you meet somebody and you're 50 plus, then you need to be very transparent about what you like and don't like, because there's nothing worse than you falling in love and not saying what you really think about things, only to have that come out after the first 6 months, and you're like, well, you should have told me that. But so when you said, do you want to go camping? And I said, I really don't like camping, because for me, camping is going and taking a bath in the lake with the water moccasins and sleeping in a tent and having a bear show up at that to me was camping.
Right.
But
Well, that could be considered camping.
But you ate
love
a Snickers
RVing.
bar out of a bear's mouth, as I recall,
Well,
which
you
is
know,
on film.
From that very lake that she said she
you
would
know
not
what?
get
There
in.
you go.
From the very lake that she
Well, I
wouldn't
did. You
bathe
know what?
in,
I didn't
she
worry
got in
about
there.
the water moccasins that day, because the grizzly bear that was in the lake with me would have taken
Also, they
care
don't
of that.
come over the Rocky Mountains, so you don't have to worry too much
There
about
you
them
go.
water moccasins. in
So, but
Montana.
though I don't like camping, I love RVing. I tell you, I could
Well,
live
what are
in
we
an
running?
RV.
Are we going to show? Well, why don't we show the whole?
So is this
Winslow?
a little teasy of what we do?
It's a little teaser to what we have on the Patreon already.
Okay, well, this
yeah.
is already up. But
Yeah.
Go ahead. Let's see what you got.
Well, it's just a little bit of it.
I'm standing on the corner in Winslow, Arizona. It's such a fine sight. See? It's a girl, my lord, in a flatbed Ford. Well, she doesn't have the flatbed Ford, but she did turn around to take a look at me. Come on, baby.
Well, I tried to talk Todd into doing this segment because he knows far more about this subject than I do. What you're looking at right here is petrified wood. It is a place that you can buy petrified wood, and what I'm sure is petrifying is the price. I'm not really sure about what it costs, but I'm thinking it's probably a good amount. I guess people buy these and make tables out of them, and
Like there's a whole log.
there's a whole log right there.
Yeah. Now, do you know that petrified wood, if you look carefully at this, come back over here a second.
Yeah.
If you look at this, this is where opals come from.
Oh yeah.
Petrified wood is opal. So in a manner of speaking, if you found the right petrified wood, you could have white or black opals.
Yeah, look at that. I had no idea. Petrified wood is actually beautiful, and if you're into this sort of thing, which I am.
Okay. Okay. So we have a lot of RV adventure stuff in the can, but we also have further adventures to come.
Yep.
And I think the idea would be, especially when you're on the road this summer, we'd take you on tour with us. Now that we would do that two ways. We would do that on our regular show. We would stream our regular show if we can.
Well,
we
but
would
I do
also-
shows on Saturday nights, so that might be kind of hard to do.
No, but we would have shows prepared, you know,
Yeah.
for something.
But we were trying to think of ways to fill in, because we're going to be gone for about, well, I am going to be gone for about 10 weeks. You'll be gone with me for 8 weeks of that. And so we were trying to figure out how to do this show without us both being here. And so we thought it would be fun to take you on the tour with us and then do what we can, because we'll have Ryan, of course, and Kyle back at the mothership, as we say. And but there is one thing, I really want to do the poll. I want to do this poll. So what can we ask, now when we're driving back from Vermont to Las Vegas, which is a very long drive, it would be fun to stop in a couple of cities and surprise people if we could. So what states or cities, I should say, shall we come to? How do we poll this?
Oh, no. We're not going to just
No,
drive
I'm not
all over
saying
hell and
that.
back.
No, I'm just saying I want to see what cities come up, to see if there's a,
Well, we're going to be in Tennessee. We're going to meet, I think, near Nashville or in Franklin, Tennessee.
Yeah.
So we're going to be with friends in Franklin.
Yep.
And then we're going to meet there, and then we're going to drive from Franklin up to Columbus.
Right.
And then we're going to go from Columbus back down
To West Virginia.
to West Virginia.
But that's a pretty quick trip.
Not a big trip, but again, and
Yeah.
then up through Pennsylvania all the way to Vermont, is sort of the route.
West Virginia to Vermont.
West Virginia to Vermont.
Yeah.
And then Vermont, 2 places, and then Vermont, we haven't picked our going home route.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right, that's
Yeah.
where it might get more versatile if we take a northern route or we take a route through the country. That'll determine that, and then we could stop more places.
So
on the
how
way
do
back.
we pull this? Okay, so Ryan's working on this because, as you know, we like to get your feedback, and I'm very excited about all of it because I love going on the road. Having you with me makes all the difference in the world. The one thing I'm worried about are my 2 cats and my chicken nugget. I know that's my rooster nugget because he's getting very old and he's.
Well, unlike Ava, you got more than one rooster.
But you know what? I am Eva Gabor. I watched Green Acres when I was a kid. That and the Beverly Hillbillies were my shows. And I am Ellie Mae, and I am Lisa from Green Acres. There's no doubt about it. I mean, I'm a city girl that met a boy who had farm animals, and I fell in love.
This sounds like a TV show.
Which is why we're installing the Ring cameras around
Las
the property.
Vegas acres.
Yes.
That's right.
Well, we give them enough.
If there were cameras in the house, they just wouldn't believe it. I
Wouldn't
don't
believe
think. This is the craziest house ever.
What else do you have in the bag of tricks?
Well, I don't.
Okay.
See, Ryan wants to say something.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We had a couple of things we needed to poll. One of them that I wanted to get up there first, which was a priority, was the May the 4th episode.
Right, Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah, do you want to explain those 2 options?
Sure. So May the 4th is actually on a Sunday, which is not our normal show day. So if we want to be true to the words May the 4th, we would move the show to Sunday. But we could also just do the show Saturday and celebrate May the 4th. We would like to hear from you and see what all you would like to do the show. We will either keep it on Saturday at a regular time, or we move it to Sunday at 5 o'clock. Same thing on Sunday. The goal would be if we want to keep it actually on May the 4th.
We could
then
go
would
on
shift it.
earlier, Sunday.
Right. So
For the
let us
East
know what you
Coasters.
guys do on Sundays. But either way, we're going to do that show, and the show is going to contain the usual May the 4th festivities, film clips, but the footage, of George and Carrie that no one has seen. And so there'll be some unique things on that show. Also, we're going to have a whole set of auction items specifically focused at Star Wars on that show. So that'll be unique also, which is something we don't normally sell a lot of these things. So we've brought out all the loose Star Wars paraphernalia, including signed posters from Carrie. Star Wars posters. So some high-end stuff, some middle-range stuff, and some lower-end stuff. Did I do that okay? Okay, Ryan says I did
So
okay.
it'll be interesting to see what date people picked. I picked Sunday the 4th because I like to be true to it.
All right, so we want to hear from you. Let us know. We'll
Yeah.
figure out what we're going to do. And what else is our second poll?
Once this poll ends, I'm thinking it might just be easier if they let us know where they'd like to visit, or I could do something formal and post it on YouTube. Like it'll come through to them as a notification and they can let us know.
Right. Okay, so there's no way to poll the other thing.
It'll be a little trickier because
Yeah.
we have to give them options, and it's hard for us to know the options because we want them to give us the options.
I
You
gotcha.
know what we should do is post our route.
That's an
Yeah,
excellent
once we
idea.
decide what the route is,
Well,
we can
the
post
route
that.
going and to and from shows is in stone because we don't have enough time to go just do anything. There's one spot where you had a little extra time.
Right.
But generally you
I don't
don't.
have a day off for 10 weeks. I
Well-
mean, it's insane except for our travel days.
So-
But I signed on for this, and I do love what I do.
Well, so yeah, you chose it, but
Yeah.
the issue right now would be probably more so if you're along our route,
Mm-hmm.
then we could maybe figure out how to do it. But then for sure on the return route from Vermont all the way back to Vegas, that would be an easier time to decide who we're going to stop in and see. And we may, we're going to surprise some people too, just for fun.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So you better have your makeup on because we will have our camera.
There will be cameras.
Sorry. Or
There are always
so
cameras.
stay showered and made up. In what month will that be? September. Yeah.
So I guess that's it. So we just do a wrap up?
Yeah, did you want to show and tell your mom's dress?
Oh, because we showed that. So go bring back up that clip and just freeze it on a frame. What we've got up here, there it is.
that is true.
Go to program. There you go. Pause. Okay. Now, once you get the close-up camera, and we'll discuss this little guy. Go to. We're going to go to the close-up camera. He's going to see if we can see that. There you go. So this is what we call the cloud dress. And it's another Bob Mackie, but you can see it has clouds. And she's wearing this in the video that we ran for you earlier. It's a pretty spectacular dress. And it sparkles in the spotlight, like the song says. But isn't that a spectacular
Yes,
piece?
it is. She was so tiny. When I look at her clothes, I just think, how did she...
We just wanted to share that with you. That was because... Now go back to the clip real quick. Oh, yeah. Yep. So there you go. You can just switch back and forth between the clip and that, so they can sort of compare it. There you go. My volume is all over the place. That's all right. Yeah, mine's gotten low all of a sudden now. It's okay. All right, so I wonder, no, it's there. You want me to go check on that? Go with Kat for a second.
That's right. He just leaves the set and
well, I mean, something...
Hello. My name is...
Kathy Lee Gifford.
I love Kathy Lee Gifford. I miss her.
Eva Gabor. Who do you want it to be?
You know what? Kathy Lee Gifford lives in right outside Nashville somewhere. And I would love to be able to get a hold of her because I would love to stop and see her. We started out together as actresses, and we were so young. I mean, I think I was 19 or 18 or something like that, and she was the same. And we did a show called The Hee Haw Honeys. And so we were in Nashville together, and wouldn't it be fun if I could reconnect with her in that very place? I would love that. I remember when I went to do this, we as a part of the deal, we had to do the show Hee Haw. And so we became the Hee Haw Honeys, which is the name of it. And I had watched Hee Haw growing up, so when I popped up out of the cornfield for the first time, I remember thinking, is this really my life? And it's like Eva Gabor, you know, like growing up watching Green Acres, and then I grew up to kind of live the same thing, where I'm a city girl that became more of a, well, you know, even though we live in a city right now, I consider what we live here, it's a farm here. I mean, we have farm animals, and it's a farm, and we've always had these wonderful pets, you know, so.
Well, I think it's time, well, you know, you mentioned earlier, tonight's giveaways are not going to be the normal giveaways.
No, we're giving away some free memberships for, I'll let Ryan actually, he knows more about that, what our giveaways are for tonight.
Oh, okay. I'll do it because he's typing right now.
Okay.
But yes, so for our wheel, we're going to have 4 prizes on the main wheel, and then we're going to have 1 super wheel prize as well. So the 4 prizes on the normal wheel are going to be 4 tier 2, so that's the May the Force Be With You. So instead, you get 1 month free of the $9.99 subscription. That is the May the Force Be With You subscription. So that's the access to the longer videos, to the more in-depth content, and that is going to go to 4 lucky winners tonight. And on the super wheel, now this is really fabulous, you get a 6-month subscription to the tier 2 subscription. And it just adds on. So if you already purchased, per se, a month, then you get 7 months right out of the bag. Or if you already purchased 1 month, then you get 2 months right out of the bag. So it's really great.
All right.
Speaking of bags, let's roll.
Let's look at me.
Do we have a third wheel tonight, though, as well? No?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Do we? No.
Well, I thought we did. Next week we will.
All right, so he's going to
Yes.
bring up the wheel on Apple TV like we normally do, and I will bring it up over here.
All right. How much time do you need for that? Okay. So you can yes, there we go. So we have a minute of airtime to fill. Yes. What are you looking at over there?
I am setting some settings so that this is right here.
Okay. So, yes, so do we have any questions? Because we have a minute until Kyle is ready to move on to that.
A lot of people are saying that they're excited to see you on the road.
Oh, I'm excited to, you know, Jeff I don't want to mangle his last name because we know Jeff. He's been here before, but it's Dalrymple. Is that how you say it? Let me look.
I know
I'm
exactly
so
who Jeff
excited
is,
because
too.
he said he's coming to see
Now-
me in Virginia, in Salem, Virginia. So that Dalrymple, Jeff Dalrymple. I'll see you in Salem. Woohoo! I'm really excited.
I'm sorry.
Huh?
I didn't mean to interrupt.
That's okay.
I had a question. Someone for Todd was asking that purple dress behind Kat, if that was your mom's.
Sure, right. Every costume on this side belonged to my mom. The purple one's a Bob Mackie. It was designed around the hotel era, we've had pictures of it up before, but yeah, these are all three now. It's unusual you would see all three, you know.
You're 4, the one behind you.
Oh, no one could see. Well, you could sort of see the one behind me. So, like right behind me there is my mom's Riviera dress that's a Bob Mackie, also from '63. So, 4 dresses out at one time, all performance dresses, kind of unusual. We don't always do that, obviously. But it was a special occasion.
Yes, and you have a few other little fun things on the set. You have Carrie's. Is that what is? Oh, it's not there anymore, is it? It was just there a few minutes ago. I was supposed to mention we have a couple of other props on the set, but I don't see it there.
Props? I don't recall having other props.
I thought I saw that on here.
No.
No? Okay.
No, I didn't. For May the 4th, we have a lot of Star Wars stuff that'll come out.
Lightsaber and blaster on set.
That's going to be May the 4th.
May the 4th, got it. Yes, if those of you are coming to the show in Pennsylvania, I am very excited because April 26th in Pennsylvania. If you want more information about that, please go to katherinehicklund.com. That's where you can find out more about the show and or purchase tickets. Kristen Alderson. Yes, I'm going to get to that. Kristen Alderson, who played Star Manning on One Life to Live. And I don't know her character's name on General Hospital. Do you remember? Same? She played the same? I didn't know that. She's coming to the show on the 26th because she lives in Pennsylvania. So we haven't seen each other in a couple of years. So I'm so excited because I haven't seen her since she had her baby. But she's so beautiful and so awesome. And she's going to be there with us on the 26th. So I'm very happy and excited about that. What a singer she is, too. Wow. Okay, so we are going to give stuff away.
Not just stuff, just subscriptions.
Subscriptions, that's right. We're going to give subscriptions away right now. We are going to pick 4 winners, one at a time. Kyle, go ahead and spin that wheel. And again, like Ryan said, if you already bought a subscription, this would be added to your subscription. So if you bought 1 month, then you will get another month on the, right?
Kathleen Anderson is the winner.
Okay, so which subscription are we giving away here?
So this
1 month?
subscription is going to be 1 month for our Tier 2 subscription.
Okay, great.
Which is access to all of the premium content. So all the longer videos, like Todd was mentioning, that video of the home movies he took of his family trip to Alaska, all that fun stuff is on Tier 2. So
Right.
you get free access to that for 1 month.
So congratulations to Kathleen Anderson, and is that who won the first one? Kathleen Anderson, right?
Yep.
Okay. And the second winner of this is, but Joni P. Joni P., you have won a 1 month Tier 2 May the Force Be With You membership on our Patreon. And
Now, do we know these people? Do we?
number 3, yes, these are all our peeps.
You know all these people.
Well, not all, but those 2 I do. Terry Dixon,
That makes
you
sense.
are the 3rd winner. You have just won a month of Tier 2 May the Force Be With You to our Patreon. So congratulations. All right, we're going now to the 4th winner. This is so fun. And Paula Mickle. Paula Mickle, you have won a 1 month Tier 2 subscription on our Patreon. May the Force be with you. So I am so happy. Those are the 4 winners. And now we're going to do our super wheel. And we're going to give away a 6 month on Tier 2. So here we go.
Well, wait.
Let's see who the winner
Are we
of
ready?
that
Oh,
is.
that's it?
Yes.
All right.
This is Chris Clark. Chris Clark, you are the winner, and this wheel are the people that did all the donations last week, and we appreciate that so much, and I see a lot of people donated tonight, and we couldn't thank you more for that, because our donations do go to the production of this show, which, as you can see, there are 5 of us in here, so, but it's without Todd and I mean, just 3 people here that just do an amazing job and work hard for us all. So thank you so much for your donations, and I'm going to say hi to Scott Michaels from Dearly Departed Tours. If you have not watched his channel, check it out here on YouTube, Dearly Departed with Scott Michaels, amazing channel.
How about your other buddy?
And who?
Jordan.
I haven't seen Jordan tonight.
Oh, he's not on there.
Yeah, I don't. Huh? Oh, if you won tonight, would you please write us at catandtoddlive@gmail.com and claim your winnings so that Ryan knows what to do from there. So write Ryan at catandtoddlive@gmail.com. I can't thank you enough for coming to see us tonight. We were so excited to be able to unfold this. It's been a lot of work and a lot of thought, and the boys have done an incredible job on this. And it's going to be so fun to work on all the content that we're going to bring you for the Patreon. So,
well, there's already quite a bit up for the front end load.
Yeah.
There's a big front end load, and then we're going to put up every single, probably initially more, a little heavier than over time, because we do have some things prepped.
Yep. But I can't wait to do the movies with you. That's going to be really fun. You know what movie I want to do? A Night to Remember. Because I don't know if a lot of people have seen that, movie.
Well, there's a lot of Titanic fans, and it's one of the better Titanic movies, but I was pointing something out to you during Molly Brown, that all of the footage of the Titanic wreck in Unsinkable Molly Brown is A Night to Remember footage, and it's all black and white.
Right, they cut to black and white, and then they go back to color. That's true,
And
but
they were-
I'm a Titanic freak, so...
Well, they had built this, the deck, the side deck, where my mother, during Molly Brown, is standing, and the ice flies across the deck. Carrie and I were there, picking up big chunks of ice, that huge chunks of ice that was supposed to, they're all hand carved to look like it was a natural piece that had fallen
So they
off.
were they really ice?
It was really ice.
Because I remember your mom standing on the deck and seeing the ice fly
But that's
into
color, and then they cut to the, the whistle blowing, it's black and white. And They
Right.
cut to the boat, sitting, going down, and it's black and white. Come back to the color scene. It's for a movie of that size, you would have thought maybe, but they didn't have the budget to go reshoot the Titanic scene. But it is an important part of the story. A survivor of the Titanic, not a bad deal.
Absolutely not. All right, so before we go, I'll also just say that catcosmetics.com, that's catcosmetics.com, which is my company. Tomorrow is the last day for the 30% off everything on the site sale. So if you wanted to shop at Cat Cosmetics, use the code Easter30. Is that right, Seth? Easter30? And you will get 30% off of everything on there. So
Now, I'm going to bring something up. Roy Wagner is claiming the sound has been cutting in and out. And do you have many comments
yeah,
from other
Scott
people?
said something about it too.
So if it's not just him, I'd like to know what it's doing. He said he's heard a couple other people mention it. So
Yeah.
it's-
So we'll have to
Well, we
figure
need to
that
know
out.
why, because no one's adjusting anything. He's standing 4 feet away from the audio board. So there you have it.
Yeah. All right. So good night, everybody. Have a great rest of your weekend. And it was great fun to spend some time with you tonight. I look forward to seeing you this summer. Anywhere, if I'm close to you, please come out. And if you're going to be anywhere near Pennsylvania,
All right,
I
freeze.
beg you to come.
Snap.
That's right. Have a great one, everybody. God bless you. Good night.
Where's it playing from? Apple TV. Well, who's playing it? It's me. Okay.
Tammy,
This is
Tammy,
super soft.
Tammy's in love. The old hooty owl, hooty hoos to the dove. Tammy, Tammy, Tammy's in love. Does my lover feel what I feel when he comes near? My heart beats so joyfully. You'd think that he could hear. Wish I knew if he knew what I'm dreaming of. Tammy, Tammy, Tammy.